we're going to talk about plastic surgery. Have you ever had any plastic surgery?
Do I look like I have?
Well, people think I look like I have.
I haven't.
You better just clear it up.
No, I haven't, and you haven't. No.
Then why would people assume?
They would maybe assume with you because you're so well endowed. Or...
I had people ask me if I had an eyebrow lift. I've also had someone on YouTube. I've never had any question in real life because people in real life
wouldn't question you.
No,
like that, no.
But I had someone ask me if I had cheek implants one time.
Oh, I hate cheek implants.
I got a letter from some girl that she made YouTube videos and she had all this plastic surgery done to her face. And she wrote me and she said, she's like, oh, I got my cheek implants, I just got them in and I really like how yours look.
I would never suggest to anybody to get like an implant like that. It really looks really fake.
But why would people ask me if I've had that? I don't even have like strong cheekbones or anything like that.
They look nice though, but like no. I probably need an eyebrow lift right now because like I notice when I put my mascara on or my what do I put on? Eyeshadow. It immediately starts hitting in a place. Like I know there's like some fat there that needs to go up.
I have that though too. That's just the way your eye is shaped, I think.
Oh really? But like
because like sometimes if I put on like a wet some eyeliner would all of a sudden be up on the top of my lid. And that just is because of how your eye is shaped.
Yeah, when I do that, I think to myself, oh my God, what's going on with my eyes? That like my eye must be drooping in such a way that it's causing my shadow or my liner or my mascara or something to go into a different spot. But no, Lorraine definitely hasn't had an eyebrow lift. I don't think that at 25 that would be a necessary thing. Or cheek implants.
Or Botox.
Or Botox, no. I mean,
what would you get done if you were to get some plastic surgery?
Well, I would consider liposuction for my stomach, but I just know from knowing people that have had it done that if you have liposuction done to your stomach, that if you knew how painful it was, that you would choose to get on the treadmill or do crunches or stop.
Well, isn't that a temporary pain? People always talk about that with tattoos and stuff too. When it's just a temporary pain.
There's some old man out there looking at me, like looking in at me.
He wants you.
It was my opportunity.
Plastic surgery would make anyone happier?
I think it can. Yeah, I think it can. I've seen people get happier with it.
What surgeries would you recommend? You work in retail, so you see people come in all the time that do things to themselves.
Like a basic facelift, I guess, with somebody that's like in their like late 60s or something is good, because they start to get really saggy or their face.
But you can tell when they've had that done. Like Joan Rivers.
That's an extreme. I mean, I think plastic surgery today is better than it was maybe about 10 or 12 or 15 years ago. Back in the day when people would have their eyes done, they're literally what you call the water line, which I've really never even used that word before, but that line in there would be like red. Like they would actually, I don't know what they would do, but they would actually go into the eye and like remove the normal line in there, which is like a pinkish skin, and remove that, and then somehow it would be like your red bloodshot look.
That's sick. But are you gonna get it?
I don't have any plans. I'm 54 and I don't really have a plan right now, but maybe later.
Have you ever almost gotten plastic surgery?
No, and not even close. Except for
the butt implants? Yeah.
I really came close to wanting butt implants.
Someone said that it's like a 2-for-1 deal. It's not silicone. It's like sticking, like they remove fat from somewhere and put it in your butt. I just don't know how you'd function like the next couple days. Like, what do you do? Like, you can't go out because you've just had major surgery on your butt. So do you just lay on your stomach? Like, that would be the worst thing. What are some of your pet peeves?
Pet peeves? About people? Or?
Yeah.
What do you think they are?
I know you have a big pet peeve when it comes to fingernails.
Oh, somebody asked me what I thought about, what are the nails called where they do the white part?
Did someone really ask you that? Or are
They
you
did,
just
I
gonna?
swear to you, I
Debbie
swear.
really hates acrylic nails.
I hate acrylic nails. I hate acrylic nails. To me, acrylic nails, number one, I don't think good salons are even do it because
They
they're-
do nowadays.
Do they? Did they do it again?
I
I
think
just
so.
hate acrylic nails. I just hate
You don't
them.
want to go too in depth because you're gonna offend a little bit.
I'll probably offend people but I mean, that's ruining your nail.
When I go to I don't like to get manicures because a lot of times they cut your cuticles back so low,
Oh.
and my cuticles are always so messed up after I go to. I never cut them myself, and I never have a problem.
You're not
But
supposed
as
to
soon
cut.
as I go to a salon to get a manicure, my cuticles start like going like and growing all funky and stuff.
And bleeding. And
Yeah.
all kinds of weird stuff. Yeah. They like to like really mess your cuticles up when you go. And instead of it being the way they are right now, which is fine, there's blood all over my fingers. I literally will have like blood everywhere. Like somebody has like damaged my cuticles. Where right now
Let's see your fingers and your
they
hands.
don't look terrible. I mean, they really need to be.
I like this is my favorite look is when people have short fingernails.
Well, because your mother trained you in that.
Yeah.
To me,
Mother like daughter.
it's just like a haven for
You have little
bacteria.
fingernails. Look how
Well, I
long my
like the way
fingernails
yours are. Yours,
Mine are like double the size
yeah,
of everyone's.
well, you're lucky. You have a really good nail bed, so you don't have to have
Look,
a big...
it's like a little baby. It's
I
like
know.
half the size.
I know. I don't like that.
That's why people get those nails. Is because
Yeah, well, I've owned my business for 20 years, and I haven't been sick in 20 years.
You got sick that one day after we went to the tanning bed together.
Oh, yeah, true. But I still worked the next day. And I got food poisoning a couple of times, but not like the worst kind of food poisoning, but I was still able to work. And, but when I was pregnant with Lorraine, I got like sick with a cold or something, and then you're not allowed to take anything, and it was like a big deal to like take cold medicine or anything. So then when I got pregnant with my son, number one, I was in a position where I didn't want people to even know I was pregnant, because I would think like, oh my God, she's gonna have like a baby every year, and we're gonna take her position away from her. So I thought like, oh my God, I can't even let them know I'm pregnant. So I thought, well, the last thing I can do is get sick. So I thought to myself, well, what can I do to prevent myself from getting sick while I'm pregnant? And all I could think of was just keep washing your hands. Like, don't let yourself be exposed, because I worked around a lot of people, any of their germs or anything. So like, I washed my hands like a fanatic through that pregnancy, and I never got a cold or anything. And then I realized in my mind, oh my God, that's how you don't get colds and stuff, is that you never, you constantly wash your hands. So I rarely even get a cold. And I'm exposed to a lot of germs and stuff because I'm working with the public. But the minute somebody comes in the store and I hear them sneezing or coughing or acting any way sick, I immediately go in the bathroom and wash my hands.
and then tell all your
And
employees.
then anybody that's working with you, I'm like, go wash your hands, go wash your hands.
What do you think of bar soap then?
I think it's good.
I don't like it. I
You
think
don't?
it harvests bacteria.
Well, if I just rub my hands on it.
If I were to use bar soap, I would use it once and throw it away.
Really? Well, you're worse than I am. I remember when I was in beauty school, they tested my skin and they said that it was lacking in whatever,
Elasticity?
moisture or whatever. The moisture level was low for whatever reason. I don't really think it was. The PhD.
Who was testing you, some bitch?
Some bitch was testing me, and they said that, oh, by the time I was 30, I was going to look like I was 40 or something, based on the amount of whatever was in my skin. I didn't, it wasn't a concern of mine at the time, but I just remembered her saying that, and it never really seemed to be an issue.
And now she probably looks like 100.
She probably looks like 115, and I look like I'm 54.
Or younger.
People are saying I look like I'm in my 40s. Thank you. I appreciate that, but I know I don't, but I appreciate the thought.
I
Yeah, my son thought that my husband was a black guy. he just couldn't believe it when I said he wasn't. Not that he had a problem with it. It was just a shock to him that
He wasn't black.
he was probably 7 or 8, and we were talking about skin color, and it came up about my husband, and I said something about, we're white, and my son said, well, Daddy's black. And I'm like, no, he's white. He's just like dark skin white. But he was like in shock because he always, for that up to that point in time, and I think it was about 8, thought that his dad was black.
Remember when we were at that restaurant and you had a baked potato and you cut it open? Do you remember what Pete said?
I was at a restaurant. It was one of those steak restaurants where you get like a steak and a baked potato. And so we were sitting in a little booth, and it was Lorraine and my son Pete and his dad and me. And so my husband opened up a baked potato, sliced it open, and it was, how a baked potato can look like kind of dark because it's like a little bit wet on the outside. And then, we ate out all the time. So I don't really know how this was missed all these years. And Pete was not really all that young, but he was pretty young. And so the potato was open, and then the white of the potato came out, and my son looked at it and said, so that's what's inside of a coconut? And I'm like thinking to myself, how did we miss this? Like, how is he that old and he thinks that this is a coconut? And then I thought to myself, I don't think he's ever seen a potato in my house.